Alrighty, folks, I'm getting iRacing loaded back up as my internet wanted to kick out. I've noticed it doesn't matter anymore. If it's a Monday, Thursday, or Sunday, my internet just does not want to work. And the only thing I can assume is everyone and their cat and their dog probably streaming NFL football right now. And in other words, it seems like I need to get different internet service providers, but we soldier on. We're back at the racing here tonight as my quick reset of the computer. It looks like we're under caution yet again here on lap 63. So whatever we missed in that 20 lap chunk was a wreck that brought us back under caution here, just short of halfway. But it still remains the same, as you've got Dylan Bates leading over Mike Alexander, Matthew Barkhouse, AJ Rogers, Eric Tracy. And two by two they go, ready to get rolling again here tonight. And it looks like I've lost internet again, maybe. The ticker has given up on me, so we're just going to roll with what we've got here for now.
Caution, yellow flag.
We're back under caution. So it seems like the caution may have involved number 5 here of Bill Tomer, who was running back in about 23rd place here. Thinking the wreck's happening ahead of him, it looks like. He drives way high here to avoid it. And there you have what looks like the 6 of Tyler Rice spun around. So Tomer didn't really get that much damage there, but he did kind of kiss the number 6, trying to avoid him.
Green flag.
We're back and rolling here at 5 Flag Speedway. I'll try to get under caution. I'll get an update on what lap count we're on, as we have lost the above ticker. But it's still Dylan Bates out front leading over Mike Alexander, Matthew Barkhouse, Eric Tracy, AJ Rogers. Kieran Church is sitting in 9th. Went from pole position and fallen back to 9th at the moment. Oh, we got a spinner right there. That was...
The yellow flag is out.
No, it was the 66 of Eric Tracy. And he got into the inside tire barrier a little bit there too, it looks like. And just lost it in the middle of turn 3 and then kind of slid out. Looks like it might have been a bit of a lick there on the inside retaining wall. Unfortunately for him, that's going to drop him all the way to the back of the field. And so right now we are on lap 80 of 125. Alrighty, so it's going to be 83 here. Rolling on to 84 for the restart. We'll be looking at about 40 laps to go. A good start here from Mike Alexander. He's side by side with 91 for a moment. The 91 closes the door. Bates back to the front. Barkhouse in third, and AJ Rogers now trying to go on the high side. And he's settled back in single file. A new contender up in the top 5. We've got the 78 of Cody Boehm. So Boehm trying to get yet another top 5 to his name this year and keep pace with Dylan Bates. Also making some moves. You got Brady Weileman. Oh, and then there's the 23 of Zachary Onen going around.
Yellow flag is out.
And that looks like a hard hit on the 23. So a lot similar to the wreck earlier with the 66 of Eric Tracy. It looked like turn 3 was the nemesis here. You got to start to wonder if the tires are starting to get away from some of these drivers. The car's getting a little bit unruly and out of control. And yeah, just almost an identical loss there on the 23, like Eric Tracy had spinning it on the entrance of turn 3. He tries to side draft all the way around the corner, but he's going to get a harder hit on that inside barrier here and tear off the front clip on that nose. And that is a tough way to go out here today. Zachary Onen was up in the top 10 fighting for positions there, but unfortunately spins her out and takes a good chunk of damage on the front end of that car. So we're on lap 92. They're doubled up for the restart. Few less cars contending for the win here today. Zachary Onen and Jacob Boehm at the back of the field, way off the lead lap cars here.
Green flag.
And that was a pretty chaotic restart there, but it looks like they're going to keep it going. Mike Alexander is slicing and dicing, trying to find an opening where it is. But yet the opening is not presenting itself as Dylan Bates continues to hold the front of the field. Alrighty, we're on lap 96 now, with 29 laps left to go here from Five Flags Speedway. Mike Alexander's keeping it interesting here. Dylan Bates, though, has been a tough compadre to pass. And it looks like they're going almost 3 wide for third place there. Cody Bames stuck behind AJ Rogers and Matthew Barkhouse. As our top 2 drivers are actually starting to get away here. Third, fourth, and back, they're going to have their work cut out for them with just about 20 laps left to go. Now it's getting tight for this third place battle, as not one of them want to give an inch. AJ Rogers gets the momentum, but the 19 manages to hold the speed on the high side. All in the meanwhile, Dylan Bates and Mike Alexander starting to drive away with it here. Great side-by-side racing as they continue to just give and take, give and take. Oh, and then the 17 of AJ Rogers just got a little bit too much there. He didn't lose it, but he did lose a spot. Lost 2 of them. As he falls back from 3rd to 5th. Matthew Barkhouse ready with some clean air ahead of him to try and hunt down the top 2 drivers. But with only 18 laps left to go, time is of the essence. As Mike Alexander nearly has a full straightaway advantage on Matthew Barkhouse at this point. And he is struggling to close that gap to Dylan Bates at the front. Really do think that they are seeing the degradation of the tires start to factor in at the end of this race. They just don't have quite the speed that they once had out of their tires. Laps to go, and we have a caution. So it's the 6 of Tyler Rice gets loose and tries to save it, but could not. Wrecks in a very insane fashion there. Collects the 94 of Doug Gaillard. Spectacular fashion there to wreck. Wow. And there comes your leaders right back at the front again. So go ahead and I'll try to fix what I can fix here and try my best to get the ticker back and running. Yeah, no luck. I couldn't get it to work, so bummer. We'd been doing so good the last couple weeks until I tried to throw some changes to my Streamlabs, and that kind of upset the apple cart, so learned from that mistake, unfortunately, but at least we've got the race here, and we'll get to finish all the way with the final 10-lap shootout here tonight. We're back and rolling. Dylan Bates has the inside, Mike Alexander on the outside. One last valiant push from Mike Alexander on this restart. They are glued side by side through turn 3. Mike Alexander not letting that 91 get an advantage as they are both duking it out here. Mike Alexander holding his own. Wow. He gets the advantage and takes the lead away from Dylan Bates here. Bates ain't giving up, though. He's going to try to run it back. But Mike Alexander bulldogs his way to the lead here with 7 laps to go. Dylan Bates right there in his peripheral. Cody Boehm now up to 3rd, maybe. He's back to 4th at the moment, but he's on that high side trying to get around Barkhouse. AJ Roger, the battle for 3rd is brewing, but the battle for the lead is even more intense as Dylan Bates slides his way through turn 3. Slideways is Brad. Oh, Brady. I was going to say Bradley, but that's Brady Weileman that got sideways and lost it. Maybe he didn't completely lose it, but here's the replay. All I could see was the 88 going way sideways. Yep. 3 wide in a very, very hard to be 3 wide position. Well, now things are just getting exciting. For the first time tonight, Mike Alexander is going to get a restart with the number 1 position. He might be content with that outside line based on how his couple last restart went. Well, we had the proverbial 10-lap shootout, and now we're going to get ourselves the proverbial 5-lap shootout. The 5 laps of that 10-lap stretch to the finish here was pretty wild, worth the price of admission. How are they going to handle it on this next restart, though, is the big question. Yeah, sure enough, Mike Alexander is going to opt to stay high here. He showed that he can make it work on the high side. He's just going to have to do the exact same thing twice in a row here. Keep that 91 behind him. And that is a tall order. Maybe he made Dylan Bates use up his stuff on that last restart. We'll see. But now you got Cody Bame right there. Oh, wow. He took no prisoners. Way out front with the lead now. It is Mike Alexander getting enveloped by the incoming traffic. It looks like Dylan Bates might lose positions here before the end of it. AJ Rogers in the 17s going high. He's losing a little bit of traction there as Dylan Bates gets to slot into second just fine. Here we are, lap 122 of 125. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. What happened to Dylan Bates? What happened to Dylan Bates? What happened? That was the end of the race. Oh, wow, okay. We lost track of the laps because we didn't have the lap counter, but that's what happened. It was the end of the race. I was ready to keep calling it. Mike Alexander takes the win here for his second win in the ITZR ARCA competition. The rest of our lineup finishing results here tonight. Second place was Dylan Bates. Third place, AJ Rogers. Fourth, Cody Bame. Fifth, Elliot Carlson. And sixth was Matthew Barkhouse. Kieran Church held on for a top 10 with seventh. Dylan Schreiner, eighth. Aaron Abendroth, ninth. And the other points contender, Eric Tracy, with a top 10 finish here tonight, finishing in 10th. I'll go ahead and slide this over so that you guys can see the finishing results here tonight. And so, with that, it does look like I can pull in our race winner here, Mike Alexander, who took home the victory here tonight. Go ahead and get him in the booth here. Well, hey there, Mike Alexander. Do you copy?
Yeah, I got you.
How was it tonight? Did you enjoy the race?
Yeah, I did. I mean, I have no idea how I won it, but because I really had no business winning it, but I will most certainly take it.
Well, you definitely held on. You kept it interesting all night, keeping Dylan Bates on his toes, and it seemed like maybe kind of saved a little bit for the end there. Did the car definitely have a short run or a long run setup in it?
I mean, I was just trying to protect the tires as much as I could that whole run. I really thought I was going to be in trouble with the line I was running compared to Dylan, and I definitely think I was, because I think he had more. He definitely had more car left at the end and was faster, but I was just able to capitalize on the outside of one of them restarts. I knew if I could get to him if I could stay out there going into 3, that I'd have a shot at him. And that last one, fortunately, I just got a good start and could stay out there just enough that I could race him for it.
Yeah, that last, at least the 10-lap shootout there before that last caution, that was a very exciting battle, seeing you two glued side by side rolling through the turns, and you were able to jump over to get that lead rolling into that final restart. So, any sponsors, friends, family you want to thank here tonight?
Thank Dylan for racing me clean. Like, that was a great race, and it's fun to race with guys like that. Thank Matt Barkos, my brother there. He had a good run tonight as well. R&R Kinsman's Auto Salvage, and Bill and Daniel and everybody that puts this on, and you, of course.
Well, I'm glad we finally got you in the booth. We didn't get you in the last one where you were in the podium, and now we got you here tonight. So
I appreciate it.
we'll have a good one. We'll see you in the next race.
All right, thanks. Hopefully I can talk to you again.
Well, I think that's all we got for tonight. We had some technological gremlins, as I have come to the bane of my existence lately. But we have tried to adjust, and all you can do is go on to the next one. So, knock on wood that the internet cooperates with me next week. I think the only reason we lost the ticker is because once I reset and tried to get back into iRacing as quickly as possible, it didn't give it time to actually reset. So, but with that, folks, another ITZR ARCA race in the books. It's going to get interesting here, as we've only got a handful of races left to crown a champion by the end of the year. We're past halfway now in this series, and it's going to be exciting all the way down to the wire. I would like to say thanks to everyone that puts on the show. The racing is excellent and full of excitement, and thanks to Intensity Broadcasting for the opportunity. So, with that, folks, I bid you all farewell. Have a great night. Stay safe out there. And until next time, it's Jake Zer